Hey, everybody. Okay, well, I'm able to get to some of the emails. It's been interesting. Um, a lot going on, as I'm sure we all do. So, here, I'm going to play an audio of Shanquilla Robinson's father speaking to the media. And here I just want to show you this article. It says U.S. prosecutors tell family of Shanquilla Robinson they won't pursue charges in her death in Mexico. Very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. I just can't understand it. So here's her photo. Um, the federal prosecutors told the family of Shanquilla Robinson on Wednesday that the evidence they have isn't enough for prosecution in Robinson's death last year in Mexico. The U.S. Attorney's offices for the Middle and Western Districts of North Carolina said. Robinson, a 25-year-old former student at Winston-Salem State University in North Carolina, died in October while staying in a luxury rental property in the Mexican state of Baja California Sur. Quote, based on the results of the autopsy and after a careful deliberation and review of the investigative materials by both the U.S. Attorney's offices, federal prosecutors informed Ms. Robinson's family today that the available evidence does not support a federal prosecution. The U.S. Attorney's Office said in a release Wednesday. Now, that was on April the 12th, the date of this article. Family members are very disappointed in the decision, but are not deterred and plan to continue to seek justice for Robinson, their attorney, Sue Ann Robinson, said at a news conference. The attorney also said, I'm going to kind of scroll down here. The attorney also made a statement that I found very, very interesting. Let me skip down here. So starting here, it says, the U.S. officials told the family that the autopsy, which was completed after Shanquilla Robinson's body had been embalmed and transported back to the U.S., revealed no spinal cord injury, but did show swelling on her brain, although the cause of death is still said to be undetermined, the attorney said. The attorney criticized what she considered a delay on the part of U.S. investigating agencies, saying they waited to investigate until after their own autopsy was conducted. Quote, there was no swift action on this case. There was absolutely no urgency on the part of the U.S. authorities. Again, the U.S. officials told the family that the autopsy, which was completed after Shanquilla Robinson's body had been embalmed and transported back to the U.S. Fine time to start investigating, huh? A fine time to start investigating. We all saw the video, and just for the sake of time, because I want to play this audio of her father, the death certificate classified Shanquilla Robinson's death as accidental or violent, noting that the approximate time between injury and death was 15 minutes. Video posted online appeared to show a physical altercation inside a room between Shanquilla Robinson and another person. It's not clear when the video was taken or if the video depicted the moment she suffered the fatal injury. At the time, Bernard Robinson confirmed with CNN it is his daughter seen in the video being thrown to the floor and beaten on the head. It is unclear what led to the altercation or how many people were in the room at the time. It's also unclear if anyone tried to intervene. Well, the video, from what I saw, it was a little late. We saw fools recording. And these are your friends. These are your friends. So listen to this audio of her father. It may be a little lengthy. Let's listen. but I want you to hear what he's saying. And also take note for the ones, the so called friends, take note of how the family operates. No condolences expressed at all. Here's her dad.
To give her that father advice on my opinion about going over there, in which I didn't. And I know for a fact, from the bottom of my heart, we all might not even be standing out here if I had that opportunity to speak to her, even though she's 25 years old. She grown, but still at the same time, I'm her protector until she get a husband. When she get a husband, then he become a protector. But as this father standing right here, I feel like I should have been her protector, and I was denied that. What would you have said? I would have asked her who she going with. How well do you know these folks? Then I would have came back and said, well, who their parents are. Well, before you go, let me meet these parents. Let me meet these folks. You know, I always been like that ever since she started beginning having a lot of friends. You know, as a father, you know, not trying to be in her business. It's just the point of making sure she okay and the folks that are around her, who she keeping company with. Because everybody can say you your friend, but they're really not.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on what you got and how you carry yourself. She carried herself very well, because that's how I taught her. You know, the respect, morals. No, I never met her. Didn't know nothing about her. You know, only thing I know, her mother said they went to school with her, and she's gonna tell me, told me, well, you don't know them. So I said, do you know them? She said, I know of them, but I'm seeing in the interview, you know, you told your lawyer, Sue Robinson, that you just know one of them. That was Kalia Cook. So that tells me right there, we both was in the blind as a mother and a father. We both in the blind. We both didn't even know these folks, you know. So
Can we start last week, about more than a week ago? I'm sure you heard the information, got the information that there will be no prosecution by the United States Attorney's Office.
well, yeah, but the case is still open though. So God is still moving. My faith is so strong in the mustard seed that He will prevail. You know,
And what
He's
does that look like to you?
patient, like I always been. Just like y'all standing out here, I was patient while y'all set up and everything. I always been patient.
But I mean, what does that look like as far as you said you're still hopeful for what?
Justice will be served. Justice will be served. It's gonna be served. It's gonna be served.
And so what does that justice look like?
It's just gonna look like they're gonna get what they deserve to get to them. You just don't take a life. They brutally beat her. She didn't agree to fight whatsoever. She did not agree. That's not her. You know, she did not agree to fight. You know, she was going over there, enjoy somebody's birthday, one of the she graduated with. That's what she thought she was going to do, and then enjoy it, take photos, put them on her phone, come back and enjoy it, and talk about it to her other friends. You know, then the main thing, she got the little kids, the little girls and boys that she plait hair, braid their hair. Now they wonder where Shanquilla is, because Shanquilla didn't got adapted to her customers, her clients, the mothers, the fathers, how well she doing their daughters and sons braiding their hair, and they proud of Shanquilla doing their hair, and how they, she got them looking, stealing something in them that they can become this, they can become that. They might want the little girls might want to follow her footsteps. But right now, that crushed from them six. And then the mother and the parents, the mother and the father's old parents, or those six individuals don't have no decency call interview one of you all on the news and say, Mr. Robinson, or the Robinson family, we sorry about the loss of your daughter whatsoever. Their life is still moving around, walking around here like they enjoy life. But this father right here struggling each and every day. You know, I cry every day. It's a struggle for me. Struggle.
Have you had any contact with the six or their families at all since?
No, not whatsoever.
Hmm.
Now, ain't no need me reaching out. I'll let God do what He got to do. But I tell you this, they're not gonna get away. They're not gonna get away.
What is your message to them if they are watching?
My message to them, why can't y'all just go ahead and tell the truth? Why y'all up and left her like that? Because if you would have stayed, this father right here would have made sure y'all got back to the United States whatsoever. Any of her friends that she grew up with, they would tell you that her dad took care of them when they was with Shanquilla just like they was mine from day one. And I'm still the same father that she was, that I raised her, that I am is today, and she gone.
Mr. Robinson, there is a discrepancy. Well, I guess discrepancy is the best word between Mexican authorities saying, we have this was what they call femicide, and they have a warrant for one of the people that was on that trip, Shanquilla. However, the United States attorney is disputing the autopsy that they did on Shanquilla. Does that concern you?
I'm frustrated about it to the utmost. I'm frustrated. I just can't understand why, the autopsy that I got back saying that her neck and spinal cord was broke, because when I talked to the young lady, Miss Elizabeth, who over there, I asked her before she even sent her body back to me. You know, I asked her, I said, Miss Elizabeth, how my daughter died? She said, Mr. Robinson, your daughter's neck and spinal cord was broke. I said, you kidding? I just started crying.
Because they're saying that the Mecklenburg County medical examiner is saying that they didn't even make visual confirmation of that.
Well, I can't understand that. I don't know who the medical examiner who did her autopsy on her body, but I would like to know how many years experience that he have in doing an autopsy on her body, or you know, where did he get his degree from? Because
obviously it's frustrating.
Yeah, very frustrating. Very frustrating because this lady Elizabeth, that's what she do. When people die over in Mexico, she get the body, do the paperwork and everything.
And when's the last time you had communication like that? How often is the communication with the authorities down in Mexico?
Not so often. She'll send me a text message, how I'm doing and everything, but the case, everybody still is pulling for Shanquilla justice down there in Mexico, Cabo. I mean, the Contier is saying that Shanquilla didn't fit well in. Um, my main objective is this: if nothing didn't happen, why they just up and left? You came that Friday. You supposed to stay about a couple of days, but you're gonna just up and leave that next day and get back on the plane and come back over here like it wasn't nothing. You're gonna just leave her over there? That don't even sound right. Friends just don't do that. Friends don't do that.
Is the plan still to rally in D.C. in May?
What I'm hearing from the information that I get from the news and people text me, so they keep me out of it. So they don't tell me,
Can I get you to talk? You mentioned the GoFundMe page a little bit earlier when you first started out talking.
Yes.
Do you want to? It sounded like you don't really have. You said you don't want to be involved with the GoFundMe page.
I never did want to be involved in the GoFundMe from day one because there wasn't nobody arrested. I just want justice. Now the GoFundMe page is, it's sitting there. I mean, I guess they're using for the best ability of my daughter case, our daughter case, but still at the same time, this father right here, I'm gonna let God do the work because this is gonna get done. God said, you trust in Him, He ain't gonna fail you, He ain't gonna forsake you.
So that was her father. I just can't imagine. Just cannot imagine. And it's very disappointing. You have a video. But then again, should I be surprised? Not. A lesson to be learned. And I found it so cold when he said, the family members of the other six, the so called friends, nobody reached out to them. No one reached out to the family. Nobody didn't have the decency. And that's the key word right there. The culture lacks decency. Nobody in the family reached out. No one could call, express their condolences. Sounds like they did a bunch of nothing. No, none of those families reached out. Oh, they probably were afraid to speak because, litigation or being arrested. When he said they lack decency, that part right there. Just like that young lady that went to Get a Ride, I forget her name. And the cousin said, picked her up. Then I believe her body was placed in a landfill. Was it Zion Foster? This community treats his women and children like trash. And the decent people, they treat you like trash. The jealousy is real. The jealousy is real. And you wonder why some people, when they get successful, especially anybody with common sense, see, this culture got this crazy, stupid thing called, we're going to keep it. You got to keep it real. I keep telling you, some people, they're with you, they're around for resources. They were seeing this beautiful girl, I think, living this fantastic life. I did a video. Remember, is he hanging around to keep you down? Some people latch on to you because they can see a vibrant spirit. Oh, she seems so happy. And they're smiling on you, smiling at you. Deep inside, if you could really see what they think about you. And then to leave her over there. We saw the video. The girl being savagely attacked like an animal, and then a fool standing back recording. And then a fool standing back recording. Like to fight. Like to fight. They love to fight their own and tear their own down. It's unbelievable. That's why some people, I'm telling you, watch some people become successful. The ones that know, they back up. If somebody leaves a trailer park or dirty Jenny land, they're not gonna sit up there and keep hanging back there with Banjo Buddy. And tell them people leave the hood, become successful. They're not gonna be sitting. Let me go see what T-Bone is doing. Hey, pork chop. Because they already know. Move around. If you want to live long, leave those leave those people alone. You find yourself in a position you got to pay out and keep helping folks over and over again. Good luck with that. Oh, those are my friends. Again, some people, they will hang around you. They will pretend to be your friend only for an advantage. Try to siphon something off of you, latch on to you, hitch their wagon onto you, and see if I can maybe go for a ride off your coattail. You're going somewhere. I'm gonna hitch my wagon on too. See if I can go too for free. And I see her as a person, a beautiful black woman having a good heart. And that's what a lot of black women do. That's what a lot of black women do. Oh, I'm going to bring somebody up with me. I'm going to try to help them. Wearing a cape, not just in relationships, friendships, family. Seeing that she has a strong unit, her father's there. You'd be surprised. Some people will be jealous of that. You have what they don't. Why do you think people want to vet people? Watch people with money start dating. You best believe it'll be a background check. That's common. They'll even check finances. They want to get an idea before they let you into their world. Now, if it was Peggy Sue, yes, it's my opinion, it'd be a different outcome. If it was Becky Boo, the attorney said there was no urgency. I'm not surprised. That's why we have to protect and insulate ourselves. But this is highly indicative, just another case from the hood of how, in the black community, how they treat their best and brightest. Yeah. How they treat their best and brightest. This right here is a good example. When you're dealing with low-hanging fruit. Another black woman, gone. Why? By some Negroes that pretty much work for the Klan. They do the same thing. I don't know why we want to act brand new. That's why I've been saying that. Oh, black men that works for the Klan. Got some black women too. They destroy each other. So she's gone. Goodbye to the business. The mentorship she could have provided to the children. This community will destroy its best and brightest. And you wonder why when people have money, they leave them alone, even their family alone. Because, see, she strikes me even by her parents as growing up in a loving environment. And when you're in a loving environment, sometimes you really can't see that hungry, thirsty dog that's around you, male or female. You can't see it. They may look at you and smile on the inside. People will be looking at you and wishing they had your life. Not just the things that you have, they're wishing they had your life. That's why they have no problem taking it. That's why. If someone had told the girl this was going to happen, she wouldn't have gone. And when you're not around hood, violent trash, low vibrational people, you would think you can't fathom it. You can't fathom it. And then she gets there. Can you imagine what she's probably thinking? I'm being attacked, beaten in her head. And the U.S. prosecutor, I think if it was Amber, it would have been totally different, or Becky. That's my opinion. Yeah, I said it. I think it would have been totally different. No urgency, you think? That's why we have to insulate ourselves. If you're trying to go places with your life, pursue a dream, be successful, and it doesn't mean always having a lot of money. Being successful, you're on a path. You understand what I'm saying? You're living your best life. You're doing your very best. And hopefully you get there. It doesn't mean just being rich. It doesn't mean that. But if you can just support yourself and pay your bills on your own merit, your own business, you're a success. Watch people around you. What's that song? We wear a mask. Yeah, people wear a mask. And if you, as in this case here, people wear a mask, if you could sometimes, family, friends, relationships, neighbors, if you could see what's behind that mask, it might frighten you. In my opinion, The friends of hers, they so-called fake friends, they wore a mask of jealousy and hatred. And that mask came off in Mexico. And look what happened. The mask came off in Mexico. Look what happened. Other than the BC, when the women and children die daily. Another day in the BC, internationally, they kill their business owners and anybody they deem living in prosperity. A community that lacks decency. No one can go to the family, express condolences, because you know why they can't? You can't express what you don't feel. They probably don't care. Probably glad she's dead. That's one less successful black person. Now look at her. I wouldn't put it past them. How you gonna give what you don't have? How you gonna express decency when you don't have that characteristic? How you gonna give what you don't have? No one contacted him, media family, to express their condolences. But these are friends. Again, we all wear a mask. Sometimes a mask, shows who we are. But sometimes people have a mask on and they're smiling and looking at you and be, okay, yeah, girl. Yeah, man, yeah, it's fine. Uh-huh. If you could see what's behind that mask, the jealousy and the hatred and the envy that they have for you. As I said before, that mask, it came off in Mexico. The mask came off. And unfortunately, she saw who she was dealing with. I can't imagine what's going through her mind, let alone the physical altercation. Negroes always love to fight each other. Love to fight each other. They do that well more than anything. So this is disappointing to hear there won't be any charges. Disappointing. I can't imagine for the family. But yeah, be careful, people. People wear a mask that may present to you one way. Oh, but if you could take off that mask and see what's really there, and sometimes you may get an inclination. If you're feeling that, go with it. The mask for this young lady, those so-called friends, in my opinion, came off in Mexico. And she realized, you have to realize, they're not your friends. They're your enemies. And seeing that horrible video, what kind of person does that? And then you wonder why some people, they do well and leave, you think? You want to continue to breathe? Avoid the bottom feeders in this community. As her father said, why? They have no decency. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, subscribe, and share. Like, dislike the video. It's very heartbreaking. I can, that video just stuck in my mind. But that's the community. You show them love in this community, and they repay you with hate. And I'm out.